The Chicago Bears take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in Week 7. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. And here to talk about the Bears matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And guys, hit the bell icon down below so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so the Bears are coming off a loss to the Green Bay Packers, making them now 3-3 on the season. So, again, the loss against the Packers, maybe that was expected. I did pick them to lose that game. Again, I'm not telling you guys this to brag or anything. The streak is still going on, right? We've correctly predicted every single game. And the reason I mention this to you guys is so you guys know I don't blindly just pick the Bears to win every single game. I break down, analyze the game, and give you the right pick, all right? Maybe not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So the Bears lose last week against the Packers, and now this week you go up against the gauntlet. That is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champions. Folks, it just doesn't get harder than this, really. So I'm going to save you the suspense here. Right, usually I'm waiting at the end to give you guys my pick, and I'm going to tell you right here, I'm not picking the Bears to win this game. All right, the Bucs are the Super Bowl defending champions for a reason, and the margin for error is so razor thin for the Bears to win this game that it would almost take an injury to Tom Brady for the Bears to pull this off. All right, I'm not saying that they can't. Football's a weird sport. Sometimes things go your way and you can get the upset, but that's why I mentioned the margin for error is so razor thin. Now you might be thinking, Faiz, what are you talking about? Right? What are you talking about? The Bucs lost to the Bears just last season. We beat them last season. This very same Bucs team. True. And I went back and looked at that game. I remember that game too, but I went back and looked at the box score, kind of looked at, okay, what happened in that game? The Bears won that game 20-19. All right. And that game was kind of a wake-up call because after that, the Bucs just went on a tear. They just went on a tear. So to me, that game was, again, a 1-point loss. It wasn't like we beat down the Bucs and stomped them. Tom Brady literally forgot there were 4 downs. And you had a couple of guys out. I don't think Antonio Brown was in that game. Chris Godwin wasn't in that game. Who knows if AB might not have been on the team at that point. But point being here is there was a lot of things that had to go right for the Bears to win that game. And things can go right one time. 2 times, you're asking for a lot here. So to me, that same scenario would have to play out this time around. And you just don't see it happening, folks. Look, the Bucs have so much talent on the offensive side. I don't even need to go through the weapons, but I will. You got Tom Brady, who's still playing at an incredible top 5 quarterback level. He can play to at least 50. He really can. Then you've got Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans. And Rob Gronkowski could be back this week. So remember last week, the key against the Packers was keying on their one weapon in Davante Adams. Well, you can't do that with the Bucs because there's plenty of weapons here. All right, Leonard Fournette has become a beast for them. You still have Ronald Jones. You have O.J. Howard coming out of the dead here and catching a touchdown last week. Cameron Braid is still there. And their defense, the best run defense in the NFL. You cannot run on the Bucs. You just can't. So, folks, talent mismatch, coaching mismatch. I can go on and on, all right? The Bears won't win this game. But you still have to play the game, right? What can they do to give themselves the best chance? And for me, I believe there's 3 things here, all right? Number 1, talked about how you can't key in on one weapon like a Davante Adams. So when you can't do that, you want to get to Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady is what makes this Bucs offense go. You get pressure on Tom Brady, and he's going to go ahead and go down, and the Bucs will suffer. Now, Robert Quinn is on the COVID list. I'm crossing my fingers that he is able to play in this game because that would be a big loss for our pass rush. We need Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack to play at the level they've been playing this season. Get to Tom Brady, sack him a lot, and that's probably your best bet because you're not stopping these weapons, or at least you can't stop all of them. You can stop maybe one of them, 2 of them max, not all of them. So get to Tom Brady. That's key number 1. Key number 2 is read the room. And the room says you can't run on Tampa Bay. So if Matt Nagy and Bill Lazor and this offense get stubborn and they want to run, that would be idiotic. Look, you can try, see how it looks early on with Khalil Herbert, because I believe David Montgomery's still not going to be back. And Damian Williams could be back this week, so you'll have Williams and Herbert try and run, and it's probably not going to work out. And then as soon as it doesn't work out, you got to go ahead and air out the football. This is the game Justin Fields is going to see a lot of pass attempts, probably the most he's ever seen in his NFL career. This is the game where you take the training wheels off of Justin Fields, because you are going to have to score to beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to be up a lot. You can't run the football. You got to air it out. The passing offense needs to produce. You just cannot run on Tampa Bay. You just can't. So don't try. Actually, try at the beginning. See what happens. After that, quickly adapt. So, key number 2, you got to beat Tampa through the air. Their secondary isn't very good. Certainly not as good as their front D-line. And we've seen a numerous amount of teams that have thrown on the Bucs and been able to produce, right? So that is what I want to see. This is the week. I want the big game from A-Rob, Mooney, Kmet, the passing offense, Justin Fields. It needs to open up this week, right? So pressure on Tom Brady, open up the passing offense, all right? You can't run on Tampa. You just can't. So that's really it from both sides here, folks. It's not rocket science, you know. The only other thing I could add here is, you know, the Bears could continue to play their brand of football here where they're, you know, slow and they kill the clock a lot. They're methodical, because that's just going to keep the ball out of Tom Brady's hand. This was another key against Green Bay. You want to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field as long as possible. You want to have these long extended drives to kill the clock. And that's another reason why, you know, you take a look at the spread, it's 13 points. Even though I don't have the Bears winning this game, I think they cover that spread, just because I think it's going to be a low-scoring game still. I don't see the Bucs scoring 40-50. They could, certainly could, but I don't see them. And so to me, this game probably is more of a 27-17 game, 10-point win. Bears can cover. And again, this could be a garbage time backdoor cover where we could be losing literally 27-10 and then we get a garbage time touchdown. I'm not saying it's going to be close. And this has nothing to do with a lack of faith in Justin Fields. It really doesn't, folks. It's just to do with the fact that the opponent is so damn good that you just know that it's not going to be pretty what the outcome is. And I don't believe in this Bears coaching staff to put Justin Fields in a position to succeed. So the passing offense, the offense in general, hasn't shown you anything about it being explosive or being able to keep up. If you're able to stop Tom Brady with this defense, you can only do for so long. Maybe a quarter or two after that, you're going to have to put up points. 14 points last week didn't get you the dub against Green Bay. It's not going to get you against Tampa Bay either. You're going to have to put up a lot of points. So I've got the Bucs winning this game. The Bears lose 27-17. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.